suspect it's OBS.
Uh-huh.
I need to really just like sit down and do some testing to see what's going on there. Because it happens all the time now. Every stream, it seems like.
Oh, I have not played Skirmish mod with like items and shit. How does this work? What do I need to do?
So just click on the item forge, and it should
There
allow
we go.
you to like take a set of tier 1 or tier 2 whatevers, and then whatever rule set you guys agreed on in regards to item use.
I would like less items versus more. So what do you think? Like just tier 1s and maybe a 1 tier 2 or even less
If you
than that?
want lesser items, then I would say choose 2/3 of the tier 1 item sets. Like
Two
of the tier 1.
two tier 1s.
2 tier 1s, because that gives you like ways to build your heroes. I guess less important for Ninju, but I think 2 tier 1 item sets gives you a lot of choice and flexibility whenever it comes to building your hero.
Where do I get this item set in the forge?
So it should be on the item forge. If you click on the item forge, it should give you an option to like say choose as long as you guys set items on
the blue location, right? The little
the
you see that
Oh,
Ninja?
oh, okay.
Yep.
Not the in-game.
Yeah.
Not the in-game item forge. Sorry.
When you said forge, I was like, wait a minute.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, it uses the same name.
Okay. I should have thought about this before picking a dragon. I don't
think it's
any
actually
items.
that bad of a
Oh,
problem.
you can get miscellaneous rings.
Yeah, if you turned on
there's no.
then...
We didn't turn on miscellaneous. Was the thing.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got weapons, armors, mounts, but miscellaneous is off.
All right, I'll take one. If you only can get access to rings, I'll just take one thing.
No. You take. I'm a
strong one, so yeah.
Yeah, in low tier fights in particular, like you're not gonna have access to the kind of stuff that makes dragons bad, because you're not gonna have nearly as much hero scaling on your own heroes, right? Meanwhile, dragons get much better level up options.
Do we just have the rings?
Dragons just, like,
is there no ring button?
With a lot of relatively high level equipment like built into themselves, right? They
Yeah.
start with, it says tier 4 Dragon Claw, but really that's more like a tier 2.5. But like they functionally start with a tier 2.5 weapon equipped. And then because they have extra like natural defense and extra natural resistance, they kind of start with a ring of protection equipped. Like they have a lot of things that are just sort of like built in sort of the equipment way, which means that they can't scale as hard, obviously, because they don't have the ways to like get a bunch of tier 4 items everywhere. But they start sort of with like 5 or 6 levels of just random low level chaff built into their build. See, I selfishly, I want us to do something that allows for a tier 4 unit, because I want someone to bring a bone dragon and make it look awesome. Mm-hmm. That's what I want. And
it never will happen.
I don't know if that makes any sense as an expectation. Yeah, it'll never happen.
Our precision training wasn't going on all units, but I think that's just like mage locks, right? That's not like everybody.
I don't know. I think you're going the wrong way, Ninju. East.
I just needed to have them not be standing in their original positions.
Oh, okay.
We'll go this other way. What battlefield do we want to fight on? If you want to
kill my dragon, you can, but...
No, it's experience. Don't do it.
oh, yeah, no, right. It's experience. Denied.
Oh, boy. Where do I want this guy to take from here?
We're not doing lenses or whatever, right?
No, none of that. Yeah, I don't like that stuff either.
Cool. But yeah, we got to pick a battlefield.
So I'm Croc Man. So not swamps, basically. I think is fair, right?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, grassland is fine. Is there like a particular hex we want to go to? We could do it in like well, unfortunately, this gold vein is in a swamp.
So I can get right below the city ruins if I look at my movement. Oh
Actually,
right, I
wait,
can
wait.
make.
Let's fight on top of the city ruins. How often do you get to see that? Is there a specific map for that? I don't even know.
I think
Yeah,
so.
there
Yeah.
is.
Can
We
you
fought
get
in
there?
it once or twice in our multiplayer
We'll have to
games,
do it
Ninju.
next turn.
It's pretty cool. It's a really interesting map.
All right, let's make sure you get the units that I think are awesome.
It might be slight advantage one way or the other, depending on like what people bring, and how they can interact with city ruins. But yeah, it's a fun map.
Yeah, I think realistically, if we were doing this on a larger scale, organized kind of thing, we'd have the specific map that you're going to be fighting on figured out ahead of time, so you can adjust your build to that.
Yeah, it's okay to
yeah,
have it be a little random too.
Yeah, I don't think it's not that like we know exactly what this map looks like. It's just sort of like what do you know what a siege mostly looks like. If you know what a siege mostly looks like, you know what a city ruins map usually looks like, and they're fun.
Really?
They're fun.
It's like a siege map, huh? Okay,
Yeah,
that's
there should
interesting.
be,
Sort of
I
like a
think,
siege
broken
map.
down like little like wall holes and stuff like that, but not the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I think I can end my turn and just kind of like go to that next turn.
So am I going to be attacking you then?
Who has more strength is the way we determined it beforehand. So if you have more strength than me, which I assume with a dragon you will.
747 plus 957 plus 747. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, you have a lot more than me.
Oh yeah, that's not even close. No calculator required. Holy crap.
Have you cast all your spells already?
I think I did. One sec, I just want to make sure I do this correctly. I want you over here. No, I didn't want you like that. Whoops. I didn't want those two chargers in the same stack.
Are you guys playing with any strategic spells?
One.
One.
Alright, whatever.
So like, Ninja,
here.
How do you feel about terrain-based strategies as testable in game, or do you think that they are genuinely like too powerful and ban worthy?
Oh, we get to wait a turn before we do this, huh?
I have not played enough with terrain-based stuff to be able to have a good opinion on that. That's going to be my answer to a lot of these kinds of questions, I'm afraid.
That's reasonable. That's reasonable. Like, I feel like I wouldn't mind testing for like allowing people to use things like terraforming spells, but I don't know if that's an insane person's goal.
Okay. So what we'd have to figure out is how many advantages can you get from one terrain cast, right? Because presumably you'd be building everything around that. So like if you had something that turns a terrain Arctic, then presumably you've got the Arctic...
I'm shuffling a little.
Arctic adaptation, you've got the cryomancy thing. If we're allowing higher tiers, you probably have frostlings, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So...
yeah.
All right. We'd have to look at how many advantages could that one spellcast get you, and how limiting is it to build for that, right? Because if that really constrains your options, it's okay if it's a bit more powerful.
I think another equally important thing is
let me do my spell on you.
What do we do if people both have terrain things?
I
guess the easiest default is just then you fight on neutral terrain.
I think that got you. Alright, good. So nice targeting mountains.
But how would you, like...
777.
Okay, so if one person goes with a terrain... Like, if one person goes with a terrain-altering spell, and then the other person does too, but one of these players say, oh, I wasn't planning on using that, so that they can still get their spell cast. I guess it's never really going to be advantageous, because we're not going to make them waste their spellcast on a terrain-altering thing in that scenario, right?
I kind of tuned out a lot of this, but one of the things that I was thinking about with this is because mammoths get the favored terrain and the blizzard does terraform, not blizzard, flash freeze does terraform. That combination is like uniquely weird, and I think denying that by casting a terraforming spell actually isn't like that absurd. Like, it's a pretty big advantage to have flash freeze in the first place.
I would, well, except that if you take flash freeze as your tier, like as part of a tier 3 tome in a universe where players have access to a tier 4 unit coin, that means that you are foregoing your tier 4 unit.
Yeah.
You are going to be forced to downgrade it to a tier 3. So like
No.
that is important to know.
I didn't. Did I? Dude, no. Come on, too much
Ow.
pressure. Too much pressure.
Auto resolve is just all pressure on Winsaya all day
No.
long.
Too much pressure.
Clearly, you've got the superior composition.
Or they really nerfed Phantasm Warriors somehow.
This does not look like what I was told this would be.
It's like a ruined sea. Just got the ruined towers.
Yeah,
and
it's got. So this one is a little less populated. I think this is probably the most open ruins that I've seen. But yeah, it has the ruins of a city here. You can see the defensive walls and stuff like that. There's usually a little more like burned down crap in here, but maybe that's actually, a city that is raising is, I think, a slightly different map than this and a little more full.
Interesting.
But
yeah, because this kind of looks like this looks like a city map where there was like a mudslide.
Yeah. This is a city that has been ruins for a very long time.
Yeah, it's sunken into the earth for the most part.
There's very little in terms of battlements and ramparts.
An Inquisitor, huh?
Yes, I want to stand him on that tower for fun, but I think you can destroy it, so I'm not going to.
I think you can, but I don't think anything bad happens to the unit for the tower getting destroyed.
Well, I heard
where then your robot would just
die.
die.
No, I think if I park like a flying unit on this stone tower right here, and it's at half HP. That's interesting. Starts at half HP. I think if a unit dies at the top of that, it like just gets deleted because it doesn't have the tile it was standing on anymore.
Oh, it might believe that it's like one of the defensive units, right? Like it might think, oh, this is a ballista because it's standing on the hex that you're generally not supposed to be allowed to stand on. So delete it.
Yeah, I think I heard that was how it used to work, and I don't remember if they ever changed it to working differently at any point. Alright, I gotta think a little bit about this, but not too long. You can go here.
I'm telling you, dude, if you start editing your videos, you can sit here and think all you want.
That's also true.
You're not gonna fucking get anywhere on YouTube if you don't open up an editor, man.
I have been editing a lot more recently, but I don't like doing it on, like, I actually agree a lot with what Walker was saying about it just being like a nice low effort thing that can get you some views, and the view count it's good to get that passive count from a stream before it starts actually getting the active count afterwards, because it's like it starts getting its views in a weird order. I don't know. I'm trying to play the game and do this at the same time.
I think you can apply a very small amount of editing to make those videos much more watchable.
Yeah. I hear you. I know what you're saying. You go there with your dragon, then dragon is committed and in the front. These guys be... Okay, fine.
Summon undead. I thought we were doing signature. Oh, it must have been. Yeah, okay.
It's a
so,
4.
I got to pick a type of dragon. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you guys come up here?
Entwined Thralls. That is an interesting choice.
Look, they evolve now.
Wait, seriously?
Yep.
So you get the various evolution enchantments.
And they're skirmishers, and a lot of what I do is skirmishing.
You've got like all skirmishers though. I don't know how that's gonna work out for you. We'll see.
Probably not great. Probably not great. We'll find out.
I mean,
The
I
AI
went and took
seemed
a
to
bunch
think-
of mage blocks, so like,
The AI seemed to think it was fine, so I'm gonna assume that it's not the worst thing I've ever done.
mm-hmm. Do I have anything telling me what your tier 2 tome is? Let's see.
Yeah, you do. You have enough information to figure that out for sure. Do you want me to just tell you?
Oh no, wait, right. I know you have an Inquisitor.
Yeah, Inquisition.
Okay.
Nobody
hold on.
expects the Inquisition, right? That's the meme.
Yeah. What do you... You do have an AoE spell. Good to know.
Ouch! Why you good at this game? Why you look at things?
It's crazy. I look at things because I don't have all these things memorized. Do you not look at things because you just don't want to know?
Who told you? Oh wait, me.
I know you've got Tome of Roots. What's your other T? Oh, your other T1 is going to be the evolution one.
If I were to stand here, what are your shot chances? Probably not amazing. Yeah, you
Man.
can't hit anything.
If you click on the Inquisitor and mouse over that Bolt of Judgment, look at how many status effects that apply.
That's what I was just trying to do. But you seem to place your guys, or it seemed to generate it in
place?
such a way. Yeah, you didn't place them. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah,
you
that's
trying to
not
get
great.
the turn 1 cheap shot on me?
You know
I'm
what?
insulted, Winslayer.
Yeah, me. You know what? Yeah, me too. I'm not gonna do it.
You are fine to do that, because I definitely spent a lot of time in Age of Wonders 3 making Orange Lux really, really bad by taking advantage of that with cannons.
As you should. That's a good enough spot to discourage much.
Wait, is this still turn 1?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I knew it. I was like, all right, this is Winslay's turn 1. I can go get a coffee.
Yeah, yeah. This is true. This is not untrue.
You know what? That's a good point. I should order some food or something.
No, I have 2
I'm
actions
glad it
left
paid
here.
How long will that take you to do?
Hush. Also fair. Alright, let's keep you not... Just make sure you don't die immediately.
You know what? You mentioned pizza earlier. I'm craving pizza now.
I distracted you effectively.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
distraction.
I actually really like what you got here, Winslaya. I don't think I've seen anybody try to do the evolutionary thing on Entwined Thralls, but they look really cool here. Hopefully they are effective.
That is also what I'm thinking. Hopefully they are effective. Alright, I think that's it, Ninju. I'm pretty sure... Well, I should probably do facing. I don't want to get flanked hard because screwed up my facing.
You're gonna get elemental countered hard, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, let's send it back.
I don't know. Let's see. I've mostly got like shock damage. Your entwined thralls are going to be
You've got
resistant to
blight
that.
blades, and he's
Oh,
weak
that's
to
true.
blight damage, and then a meaningful part of your front line is immune to poisoned, and like a bunch of his units try to do poisoned.
And yet, auto AI.
And yet, auto
did
AI.
so poorly
And yet,
for
auto
me.
AI.
Wait, what?
So-
What was the results? I don't think I saw it. Is it posted?
I
You
posted it,
massacred
yeah.
him.
Yeah. All right, let's
You
look at
just took
this.
him out.
What? No.
Yeah, yeah.
What? That's okay. I guess
So, like,
possible.
no pressure, but apparently auto. I'm actually not surprised though, because the auto AI, if we had had the opportunity to watch it, I bet it would have gotten absolutely nothing out of those mage locks. I bet you anything in the world that the mage locks would have that between these 4 mage locks they would have fired 3 times.
Where are
That's
the mage
true.
locks?
Mage locks just kind of don't do shit in AI
Auto
hands.
resolve does not understand how to use those units at all. They
To be
don't- they
fair, most
literally do
people don't
nothing.
either.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't want to pretend to be one of them either. Like I have never seen them be impressive in except in like really big battles like this. Because if there's enough chaff to like hold everything down, then they can be productive. But it needs to be a big battle, I think.
I think they need to be changed so that they also ignore 50% of resistance, because otherwise your enchantments just kind of make them worse. I really don't like that.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. They could do something like that with breaching. Breaching's in the game now.
I think there are things they can do. There are things they can do. They have the piercing ignores 50% of target's defense. They do a bunch of damage. They have options here, but like the limited utility of it because of the 3 action zone of control.
Mhm.
I think you just need more tools to move people around. Like there's just not enough in the game I think right now to support what they're trying to do.
I think they work very well, except you don't get enough reward from getting the shot off. The shot's pretty strong, but it's not strong enough to overcome the like flexibility you're losing from a archer unit being allowed to move and shoot. Now they
And,
get
like,
the
also a lot of
+1
the
range,
snipers
which
in-
does help.
Yeah. But like a lot of the snipers in Planetfall had like that like snapshot cooldown ability where like they could use it, but it was on a longer cooldown and didn't do enough damage, but did only take 1 action. And like I guess take aim is supposed to be that, but take aim is a lot worse than doing a little bit of damage.
Take aim should apply 2 marked. Make it apply 2 marked and give them resistance piercing, and mage locks are a perfectly good unit.
Yeah. If it was 2 marked and like if it was 2 marked and the AI understood how to use mark a little better, then I think that would probably be
Nimki's here.
enough.
Oh,
Because
Nimki.
also right now you will see an auto resolve AI. You will witness this yourself if you have a Glade Runner. You'll have like a Glade Runner with the marked ability. A different ranged unit will shoot at something, and then the Glade Runner will run in, use the marked, and then also fire instead of helping their friend out with a marked first. So I really think the AI needs to be like rewritten for the like banner abilities. I don't think that it's reasonable to expect the AI to understand every single status effect as a unique object. But like the ones that are supposed to be the core strategies for different factions, like Steadfast and Marked, I think those need specific AI. Because otherwise, like, they're just entire factions that just do not function in auto resolves.
Yeah, I think a big part of it is that they've been using essentially the same AI that they've had since Age of Wonders 3, I believe, where this AI, move these guys since you've got charge units, this AI doesn't consider the army as a cohesive whole. It runs down the list of units and then, like, for that unit's turn, does its algorithm to determine what is the best move here. But that algorithm is also primarily focused on amount of damage done. Yeah, any coordination that you see from the AI between multiple units is all an accident. That is emergent behavior as a result of the various heuristics that it uses. That's not at all actually programmed into the AI.
Yeah, it very much feels that way too when you watch it.
Uh-huh.
It feels like, oh, that's an accident that they're sitting next to each other, isn't it? Oh yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
I like how
Right,
Ninju
so Winslet,
predicted a primal and went with lightning breath.
I think
Oh, I
Craft
just
Soul
did it because
Dragon
it
is just
sounded
like
cool.
really rad across the board. Winslet, we can do Wingspan if we set it up where you're on Discord and we're just like talking. I can stream it from PC.
Hmm.
And then we can get Wingspan recorded for something, because I want to
I
like
love that
do
game.
some digital board game content of some kind.
Yeah.
Because like I like I got the new Dune Imperium that came out on a Steam like 4 months ago,
Hmm.
because I've owned that forever, like in physical board gaming, but it's like difficult to get people excited to play a game that always takes 2 hours, and that's if people know how to play. But
Yeah.
it's like it's a really fun game, and that and Wingspan and Stellaris Nexus, I feel like I spend enough of my time playing those games anyway that I might as well try to make something out of it.
No, I see what you
And
mean.
that was an incredible game of Wingspan, man. That was so much fun.
Yeah. No, I after
Insane.
playing that, I played a bit more on my own, and it's
Yeah.
a good game. It's just a good
It's really
game.
good. It's a really good game. And like maybe there's some overlap in terms of audience with board games and Age of Wonders 4. This is just a board game, right, guys?
Yeah.
Right. Sure.
More or less, sure.
Sure.
I'm going for it.
All right,
Going
Ninju,
for it.
I wanna see how many times you make connecting shots with these mage locks here. I think you're better than an AI. So, I think you get it done.
All right, let's
Rick,
do you
The
here.
trick with Mage Locks is that they're a setup unit, right? You have to be thinking a turn ahead to use them well, and that is something that the AI is just completely incapable of doing.
Yeah.
That is so far outside the bounds of how the AI thinks that it's just not going to happen.
Let's go with. I've got the casting for this.
Wow, you're going to hit 2 units with that Whale of the Banshee?
No, I'm gonna do more.
Okay.
Please tell me that doesn't hit my own
Ooh.
units yet.
Oh, right. I got to deal with this shit. Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Did you just all right? So that I think we do need to do as the rule for anything we do as a tournament.
Oh right, yeah. You don't win
I
the
I
double
think
do
that's
that.
the easiest way to keep track of it. But like,
I
we
think
need to do
Primal might
something
be a bit
about it.
overpowered right now, mostly because
Yeah.
of that, and like, doing it on the Animists.
We're gonna probably try out Ninju. If you take Overchannel, you cannot cast the same spell in the same turn.
Ah, that's a good
So
idea.
that way you can't do like double primal summons, you can't do double infectious insanity. Like the amount of absolute nonsense should be smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Weakened, slowed, stunned, 66. Let's see if I can pick off you first. Oh, oh, okay. I'll get the stun though.
Dog, you should have diseased that thing first.
Yeah,
with your,
maybe.
Primal.
I think you're right, actually. I thought that. I thought the chances on it were enough, but apparently not. Let's get this guy on the
Well,
board.
it wasn't about like increasing the status resistance. It's -4 resistance. So if
Mhm.
you'd wailed on it with a primal croc, reduced it by -4 resistance, then maybe the Inquisitor could have killed there.
Oh, potentially. Yeah, that's true.
Because you get a lot more damage off of the blight and the spirit damage on the bolt.
Let's see. What do I want to target here? I gotta pick a target. I'm in position. Let's just do this. Be a bit annoying. Guys are a nice little counter, so I would like to reduce their figures, but they're just gonna get healed by that patch up.
Overseers, I don't know how to fix these things for like creeping purposes, because
Yeah,
subdual
let's
and
just do
mind
this.
control effects are really powerful, and so like, is it inappropriate that there is a penalty to using them? I don't know.
If Windslayer can use Animus, I think I'm allowed to take full advantage of what Overseers give me.
Oh, I just mean that like overseers in like an actual multiplayer game, because of the way that they do subdue, and then you don't get the experience points for them, like for the units they subdue, that they're actually really dangerous to use in auto combats. But because they also have the 40 heal, you kind of have to. It's like if you're playing as Reavers, you just have a lot of problems where like sometimes you just don't get experience points in fights where you need it.
I really dislike the way that experience points just always becomes the be-all, end-all of these games.
Yeah, it's fair.
It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. Well, that's what the skirmish mod is for. Ta-da!
Yeah. Yep. That's why I only play this. Well, among other reasons, but yeah. If I'd been thinking about this more, I would have made sure that my mage locks were like all in the same stack, because they really need to be bunched up together.
Yeah.
Yo, this is some hardcore aggression out of Winslet here. Dang.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's got skirmishers, that's how you do it.
Yep.
That's what they're good at. We got that alpha strike.
This dragon's gonna have a nice, nice bit of damage, I think, on this next turn. I'm a little worried about it.
Yeah, the if Ninju has enough pieces here to punish you, his damage output looks crazy. Crazy.
Just have to see. What's tough is I'm gonna have to waste a whole bunch of actions on these stupid crocodiles.
Yeah, that is a big issue for you. And your other units are like really far away, and so are gonna have difficult time supporting.
Yeah, I was only really able to do 2 groups instead of being able to properly consolidate.
Yeah.
Take you over here.
If I'd been thinking ahead and put all the mage locks in one stack, then I could have just consolidated on wherever they ended up. But if I had done that, then I would have had a really obvious stack to hit with, like, Blizzard or whatever. So,
Yeah.
game's got considerations. It's crazy.
I think there was a good value to just, like, spending your first turn trying to consolidate more, but, I mean...
No, I needed stuff by the mage locks, right? I couldn't leave a mage lock far behind, so what I did was I moved each, like, most mage lock as far inward as I could, and then just formed around that.
Yeah.
Which, my luck that each mage lock spawned in, like, each of the farthest positions possible on the outside.
Yeah.
You're standing.
I feel like the game could do a better job of doing like pseudo consolidation on stacks. Like they do not need to start this far away from each other.
Nope, especially not now because in 4 the area is much smaller than it was in previous games. In particular, you start closer to your opponent than you used to. So being able to consolidate is so much more difficult.
I think, yeah, you have to like do it basically in the very back edge of the map, which means conceding, you know, like the middle ground to your opponent. If you want to consolidate, you kind of have to give something up.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
It'd be a bit easier to consolidate if you had like Planet Falls sprint mechanic, or not sprint, whatever they. I think it was called sprint, the thing where you could move additional hexes at the cost of not being allowed to attack.
Are my guys in this
Yeah,
tower, or is
yeah.
it just me?
You own the
Well,
tower now.
that
You've
looked like it was
occupied
on
it.
the tower.
It looked like they were in it to me. Okay, I wasn't sure how it was looking on your end. All right, so crap. I don't like this position here. But I can, I think, move from here, or not. Or, it looks like my movement like
Oh, you are
stops
inside
there,
the tower. You are inside the tower.
but I can't go through it. It's like blocked from the front. I can like go in it from the
Oh.
back, but then I can't like move to the front from it. That tile. It's kind of random.
Well,
Or
even
like
if you
uses my
move-
movement
oh,
to get up there. I don't know. Something like
is
that.
the Slither hatchling in the way?
No, because there's
Is-
that other hex between the Slither
Yeah.
hatchling and the rock that he should be allowed to
Is
move
that
to.
actually a real hex though? I can't
think
interact
it's-
with it. It
I think
might be
it's-
impassable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you should be able to check that by just clicking on like another unit.
I think
But you can't.
that should be
as
my
this
turn
guy
there.
can't interact with it.
Ah, Mia's here. I'm trying evolution build because I think, if I'm remembering correctly, this is I think the same Mia from your chat, Walker.
Oh, probably. Yeah, Maya, like with a
Maya.
M-I-A-H.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, let's see if I can actually make this work, because I strongly suspect this turn is gonna be too punishing. It's gonna be way too much for my guys. Alright, ending turn. These guys don't have a range attack. Apparently you can attack something. I don't believe that. No. Alright, ending turn.
So, Winslet, have you been playing with primals like on the overworld map? Because I still haven't really found a thing that like breaks their economy other than manual battles, which that does not count for me.
Yeah. No, I like them, but I haven't played much else other than them in a while, to be honest. I've pretty much exclusively been playing my primals, and I want to go back to, I think, Industrious, High, and some of the other like favorites I used to have, but I also feel like I need to know Barbarian better. I need to play it better. And
Yeah, Barbarians is tricky. Like they Ritual Alacrity bug is now gone, so you know they you can definitely play with them now. But I do find that they are like largely start dependent for me still.
mhm.
So I need to talk to Endag again and like get him to do a teaching demonstration game with barbarians, because I probably am just like not taking fights as aggressively as I should be, but I also don't want to just like be throwing units away for nothing. And it might be that like tough, resistant, and hardy is a necessary combination, but I do think that tough and resistant should probably be mutually exclusive.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're just too good together, and they remove a lot of like the strategic things that make builds interesting.
Oh, leave him alone.
I should have done this first order. Oops. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I've been looking for.
That's the damage right there. That's the business.
All right, so right now a bunch of his guys are indeed diseased, which means just like a lot of extra damage coming on him, right? -4 resistance, but it can't spread through the ethereals.
Pretty loath to expose that flank, but what are you gonna do? You
Mhm.
defend dead.
My dragon.
Okay, how bad does this mess me up?
Probably a bit.
Yeah, you probably kill my dragon if I do that.
Oh, you're a spicy boy. You took a line.
Yeah, I do like adding a little bit of spice. Okay, well, let's do the easy series of events here. Who do I shoot?
Yeah, right. Yeah, this is gonna be a painful mage lock.
Mm. I really don't want to keep wasting actions on your stupid summons.
That's what they're there for.
You just make so many of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Looking back on it, I think I could have probably killed that mage lock there, and that would have been pretty good value.
Oh, you
Yeah, I
absolutely
think if
could
you'd
have.
started with the croc first, and then reduced Mage Lock's resistance,
You could have
maybe
summoned
it would have
both
died.
Crocs next to it.
Yeah,
Or
but I
that
Yeah,
wanted
if you
to
summoned both crocs
try.
next to it, it definitely would have,
I was thinking
for sure.
try and make it so you have to commit to free up your mage locks. So I mean, you're gonna have to commit anyway. So it probably was better just to kill the one anyways.
But these things are really powerful here. That at least is true, which means that like maybe there's hope in an auto resolve like actual campaign.
Mm-hmm.
But feudal can be pretty good in a skirmish too, and it's still not good in campaign as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Have you played with Mire Crocodile on like in a campaign format yet?
On my own, yeah, I have. It's okay. It's
Well, I
pretty
mean,
fun.
like, have you been doing any like let's plays or anything like that for your channel?
No. It's been a while. I usually do that when I get early access. That's like when I do the single player let's play, and it's a stream. You know, that's generally how
Yeah.
I approach those. Because otherwise, I'm just not as into it, and I feel like it's boring, and I would have to highly edit those, and it's just like,
Yeah.
where does the time come from? It's I wish.
Yeah. Do you really want to play for 12 hours, edit for 12 hours to make a 45-minute video that then gets like, maybe 100 hours worth of viewing?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh my no, my skirmisher. No, what's he gonna do now?
It's gonna spit.
Yeah, it does have a 75% chance from here, so. Oh, yeah, I get that. How far can he move?
yeah. This might be the story that the auto resolve predicted actually. The Mage Lock's just not producing enough, and then the Phantasm Warriors can't carry the entire fight all on their own.
I hope that's the result I get.
I
Here.
think the story is these fucking crocodiles. I don't think there's anything else you need to think about.
You don't like the
The
crocodile?
Crocs are going to do a lot of work too, just because there's going to be so many of them initially.
The action economy on it is just too absurd.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, you need CC. Like you need a lot of CC if you're fighting against primals.
I don't think CC is the answer to crocodiles. If you're wasting your CC on crocodiles, then the primal guy
Well,
is
like
winning.
AoE CC works pretty well against them.
Yeah, I do wish I had some AoE here.
Yeah, I get that. Is this the New York sewer? Are you talking about my little like vermin that I have everywhere? Or crocodiles? Wait, crocodiles are in New York sewers? Is that a
Yeah.
thing?
You don't know about this?
Apparently not. No.
It's like one of the oldest urban legends.
Oh,
West
urban
Coasters.
legend. Is it recent or what's the story? I feel like yes,
I mean,
I'm out of the
story
know.
that I heard was that in like the 1970s in New York City, because that's the story that my parents heard, was that somebody had like had a crocodile that they found somewhere and brought it up to their apartment and kept it in their bathtub for a little while, and then discovered that it was too much of a problem, and then instead of like calling animal control, they just let it out in the sewers, and so then like there were crocodiles or gators living in the sewers. But it's it's one of those things where it's like if you search for it, Snopes is like, this is unsubstantiated silliness.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure someone in chat will be like, actually, Walker, this is real, and here's like 15 articles that say this is real, and if you think it's just not real, then you're silly.
Yeah, obviously.
That's probably it.
Alright, so
You gonna kill my dragon?
Come
on, come at him.
I should. I feel like I should, but I'm actually going to focus on this front because I want to make sure I use these actions efficiently. Alright, if I attack you, then I can get the other guy in here.
Have you tried Primal at all in like an actual game? Or do you just like literally only play Skirmish?
I literally only play Skirmish. I think I tried Primal out briefly just to see like, oh, these are what the units are, but
yeah,
I don't even play Skirmish all that much. Every time I play Skirmish, you can see in the Skirmish channel, and you can see that there's like months in between them.
So like the natural economy for Primal scales off of having access to tiles, and like now that the food bonuses are a lot less punishing, then it means that you can actually get up to like 6, 7, 8 population in your cities pretty quickly, and then get like a reasonable amount of stuff coming in. It's just like I think the scaling there remains slower than anything that you can accomplish with High Industrious and Barbarian, at least with the builds that I've tried. So like while it looks like these things are busted out of control right now because Winslaya has like 5 extra units, I still haven't seen anything in actual games other than like manualing combats that makes their economy explode. And so
the thing is that this scenario that we're looking at right now, it's a pretty atypical scenario because in actual PvP, people don't fight with low tiers very much, right? And then once you've got higher tiers, once you're talking tier 3s and stuff, these primal crocodile summons are a lot less meaningful because they don't scale. They don't get enchantments and stuff, right? It's just a pretty good T2 unit that you can put somewhere, and that's going to have a shelf life.
They don't get any enchantments, so yeah, they're a lot less scalable.
Not quite what I need. That's 1 damage less than I need. Alright, let's have you do the shot then. I guess.
I'm certain Winslaya has won this unless he makes some very stupid moves.
Oh, I never put that. Never believe I won't.
Never underestimate the odds.
Yes, that is what is happening here. All right, let's have you stand here. I kind of want to kill your dragon, but I kind of just want to kill these mage locks.
I mean, if you just kill all of the rest of Ninju's army, his dragon will GTFO.
Yeah. I don't have to worry about dragon if you're dead. I like these units.
The other thing here, Ninju, is that Reavers I don't think are very good. Like even taking everything into account, I have not seen a build with Reavers.
He has literally killed me using almost nothing but crocodiles. They've been like 90% of his damage. Not only have they been 90% of his damage, they are also most of the damage he has taken too.
Part of that is though that, like, your racial composition is hideous stench and light-footed, which is admirable, and my hat off to you. But like, I think you need defensive scaling.
Yeah,
you need something. Like, I think it's an either or there.
I did not think this through enough. This is all true.
I think that either one is defensible, but like you need to have something that prevents you from getting just like completely gobbled up. And +2 defense or +2 resistance, or like mounts that give your front line a lot of extra HP. Something. And
Yeah.
that's part of the problem with mercenaries is that they like don't get those mounted frontline units until tier 3, and then dragoons aren't even really that.
All right.
The light-footed probably was less. I picked light-footed before it really settled. Well, I had picked light-footed and stench before I'd really settled on what I wanted to do. I didn't go back and review that choice at all.
I think you could. So stench, I think plays
I think
relatively
stench
well on high.
I think stench is very good, but yeah, you're right.
Really
I needed some kind
is
of
the problem. 3 points is a lot. If it was 2, I think it would be really good. As it stands, I think it's niche but usable.
I don't know. Like -2 resistance just for standing next to someone is so much.
It is a meaningful contribution in terms of damage output, but like more than that, the easiest way to contribute to damage output is to not be dead. And so like having some kind of defensive scaling really helps you out.
You're right. I definitely needed some kind of defense. I think the light-footed was a poor choice here, especially since Phantasm Warriors can already just go wherever they want.
Through.
Right, so let's
yeah,
get this
I think
on
you
you.
might be right. I think if you wanted to do this, I think drop stench and take either like tough or like elusive and hardy or something like that.
What I should have actually done was I should have also gone with the evolving unit deal and had a front line of those kind of units. I don't know which one I would pick.
Those are pretty good.
That might even be
Phantasm
Slither
Warriors
Halflings.
are really beefy, man. Like beefy.
I did very well against Onagdara in one of these games one time, just doing evolving or the slip away on feudal pikemen.
See if I can get this guy.
Turned out to be very good.
Yeah.
Right,
I played with
20.
I played with Maya
That's
actually.
not
I
enough.
think it was Thursday. And she brought like a bunch of peasant pikemen that had like almost 100 HP.
All right,
One
whatever.
of them had I think at one point she had like 8 defense and 6 resistance and 100 HP on a peasant pikeman with
Slip away.
like just a lot of and slip away
and if you went Tome of the Glades, things. They would have aspect of the root too, so after they slip away, you use that as their one action.
Yep. You can even do that and have the Keeper's Mark if you're playing with 1 tier 3 tome, and then you have to like kill the peasant pikeman 15 times. Uh-oh, morale. Uh-oh.
Your rage.
Okay, so I almost killed one of Winslay's units, and he has killed how many of mine?
A lot?
Well, you can click
on I'm sorry, I also killed 1 crocodile, my bad.
6, it looks like
I almost killed 1 unit, and I killed 1 pretend unit.
Oh, it looks like morale is not giving you anything for killing those summons now. That's a change. It used to give you morale for killing summons, but it definitely looks like you're not getting it.
Think this will do nicely.
Oh my god.
Wait, that is considered a flank? How was that considered a flank?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
That was disrespectful. That was disrespectful. I'm gonna kill this dragon with a slither hatchling melee attack.
Mm-hmm.
See, my thinking there was I would force you to go into mage lock range if you wanted to take advantage of that flank, but apparently not.
I think you were ambitious to bring 4 of them. I think if you wanted to try to use mage locks,
I think you go in hard on them or you don't bother. I don't think bringing along 2 of them is a good move.
No, I've seen 1 or 2 mage locks in like a big siege battle actually produce some pretty good shots.
A siege battle though is like their ideal scenario, right? In that case, you could have brought 6 of them and probably done even better.
All right. I think I intern here.
If my opponent had brought 6 of them, then I would have had a pretty easy time overwhelming them because I had siege projects and like haste and animals and stuff. So I was definitely getting like a bunch of units onto the board really quickly towards them. But like the couple of shots that the Magelocks got off did do a lot of damage.
I like dragoons. I don't use so much. Maya was saying that that you guys were pointing out that you don't like dragoons. It seems like they like dragoons, and that they were pointing out the peasant pikemen had 97 HP, 10 defense, and 8 resistance. But something tells me that's not as good as a slither with with all these status effects. Weakening, slowed. What's venom shock do? That's just their thing, right? They do more damage against poisoned units. So if I can't get you poisoned, that's a problem.
Good fumble.
I think I largely agree. Like her front line was incredibly durable, and it did put up a lot of extra damage against the dragons because of the plus 40% against large. But like once I started not having dragons because she killed them, then they stopped being as powerful, and really stopped producing in combat, and mostly were ignorable. And that's something I don't think you can get out of the Slither hatchlings because of their ability to do that venomous spit. But you know, it's something that I do think that we have a very small N on, and they were incredibly durable. So like if you can take advantage of that somehow by I don't know, like using maybe joy siphoners or something like that, then that could be terrifying.
Yeah.
If you're able to turn time into a really brutal advantage, then having unkillable peasant pikemen is definitely a place to start.
So Mia was asking me what the build is. There's basically 3 tomes here. There's the Tome of Roots, Evolution, and Inquisition, and all of them give me access to really nice, like, skirmisher effects or units, essentially. Like, being able to give my slithers all of the effects that come from the Inquisition thing was a nice synergy, but that also went on my little Entwined Protector guys that I decided to just bring in for just funsies, really. I just wanted a little bit more unit diversity, and I think they're actually pretty good with some of these things I put on them. Blight Blades, poison arrows, rapid thingies. But the hero itself is, as you can see, not important. The race is not very important with this build. I'm using a lot of summons. I have, did I take Poisonous and Hideous Stench for my traits? And Ritual Cannibals, and I think Mana Channelers, just to give me more ranks on my summons, basically, because I had a few of them. I think the Entwined Protectors came in with an extra rank because they were a summon.
I am so salty about these crocodiles, man. I'm never not playing Primal in this mod again.
In this mod, you mean the game?
As far as I'm concerned, I guess.
It's the same thing to Ninju.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah. I get what you're saying now. Oh, I don't have to charge on this one anymore. I used that last turn. All right. Well, then just kill.
I think Ninju also. It's important to remember that Wednesday is actually good at tactical battles. Like the number of times where we've had fights where like I've massively outscaled him on knowledge and so have higher tier units, and he still finds ways to beat the crap out of me is non-zero.
Hide in the corner.
And just think, 3 years ago, I was the one having to backseat Winslaya every fight.
Oh, you probably would still have to if you played with me.
Even in fights where he was fighting me.
Oh no. I'm gonna backseat you against myself.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. I think...
He was taking too long. I just had to tell him what the good moves were.
Yeah, if it makes you feel any better, that problem has not gone away.
I still freeze.
He still freezes.
I go into like I'm loading the loading screen. I'm gonna raid somebody who's streaming right now because I think I'm good at with one match there. I kind of want to hang out with my girlfriend soon, but if you guys are gonna play, I'll hang out and watch that.
You wanna fight Nurgles?
I could. I kind of feel like I need to play a little bit in single player though, because like I want to actually, I do want to do the tomes tier lists on Monday, Tuesday, and like get those recorded. And there are a couple of tomes that I legitimately have not played with yet. I've only seen them in theory because they are that bad. I want to make sure they're that bad because I think they are, but there's some bottom tier chaff that I've never actually used.
Come on, fight me. Use one of the tomes. See how it performs in tactical.
I want to see how you do against
I-
Ninja. I think you could beat him.
Okay, well, it's 147. Let me do some stuff for like 10-15 minutes. Like hang out in AOW for a skirmish. I need to get a couple of things done for Eileen.
Mhm.
But I might be able to do a fight at like 2.
That's cool. I'll
Ping me
I'll
if
be
you
able
guys
to
do.
spend this. I'll be able to
Yeah.
spend this time coming up with a build.
Just use one of mine. Just go back, watch what I used against
just
him
click
last
random.
time.
You'll be fine. Just click random.
Yeah, maybe you guys do a lower tier fight too, because I think that's what
That's-
Ninja's prefer. Slightly
we
prefers.
use this exact same rule
Okay.
set, I think.
Cool. Yeah, well, I'll check in like 10 or 15 minutes.